Hello, and welcome back to another episode of The Unprofessional Entrepreneur. This time I am doing things a little bit different, and I am teaching you some lessons from my experience working as an engagement strategist. I personally think this has a huge impact on your marketing strategy, your conversion rates, which is why it's on the show. It's also just part of my life. So if you don't know, if you haven't listened to any other episodes by me, I have been working as an engagement strategist for an agency called Right Hand Glam since February 2023. What I do there is that I go into other people's accounts and I engage on behalf of them to start conversations, to sell for them, depending on what they want from their engagement. Some people I'm literally doing lead generation, just trying to grow their audience, and other people I'm fully having sales conversations in the DM, starting conversations, going through their emails and their data to bring people into the DMs and start more conversations. But yeah, I've been doing that for over a year now, exactly a year now at the time of recording this. And I wanted to share some of my best advice from what I've seen work, which counts because there are some accounts that literally I come in and like within a week we're making sales. There's other accounts that it's like pulling teeth. So I'm just gonna go through this list of different things that I've seen work and let you make decisions on your own for what you want to do from here. But the first thing that I want to talk about is welcome messages. I feel like a lot of people feel some type of way about a welcome message. And I am here to tell you that they fucking work. Welcome DMs are so powerful because the moment someone follows you, maybe not the moment. I don't want you to message them the second they follow you. But if you go through once a week to the people who followed you, of course this depends how often people are this depends how many people are following you each week. So maybe you need to do it twice a week. With my clients, I tend to do it Monday and Thursday because I work Monday to Thursday. For all my clients, we have a template of what we're messaging them. This gets changed per client. The general one is like, hey, name, excited to be connected, insert question. Sometimes it's like insert compliment about the person and then insert question. I have guidelines on like what kind of questions we're asking, what kind of compliments I'm looking for. But I'll tell you my own because I use one for myself. I've started one since I've seen how great it's working for my clients. But for mine, I think it goes, hey, name, so excited to be connected with you and get to know you more. So tell me, what's one thing that you're procrastinating this week? Because as most entrepreneurs, we're all procrastinating something. It just starts the conversation and shows that I'm not like waiting here to pitch you. Like if you're procrastinating on something, it doesn't necessarily give me an opening to pitch. I'm not a productivity coach or something like that, right? So it's just an easy, fun icebreaker to start the conversations. And I found getting into those DMs right away, a lot of the times people follow you because they want to talk to you and either they forget or they get distracted or they don't know how to start the conversation. So starting that conversation right away and being the first one to start it has been a huge game changer for me and for the people that I do engagement for. The next one that I want you to think about is maintaining relationships. This is harder than it sounds because so often if we have someone say no, it's so easy to just like cross them off our list, no longer ideal, just gonna never talk to them again. Like maybe we feel guilt, shame, embarrassed, but it's so important to put those people on like a back burner list and to either continue like soft engagement with them, whether you're just like engaging with their stories, like being like a hi, I'm still here kind of person without being like work with me, work with me, work with me. Or fully putting them on a list to like come back in 3 months and be like, hey, I know the pricing wasn't right for you before. I wanted to check in and see if you're still looking for the service now. Or, hey, I know that you went with someone else. I'd love to hear how that experience worked, right? So maintaining the relationships keeps you top of mind. So especially when people say no to you, they still know you're there and you exist. You don't just ghost the second they say no, so that you can be top of mind when they are ready or when they have the money or whatever it is that made them say no in the first place. Especially if they weren't confident in your abilities, just hanging around and being present in their on their social medias can help them see that you do know what you're doing and you do know what you're talking about, because they'll most likely continue to see your content as well. The third thing that I want to talk about, and the one that you're all going to be disappointed in, because this is where there's the limits of my job as an engagement strategist, and that is that your content does, in fact, play a massive role in your engagement. If you are not posting, if you are posting completely irrelevant content, if you don't know who your ideal client is and your content isn't speaking to anyone, you are making engagement borderline impossible. Not impossible, but you're making it really fucking hard, because people come to you when they see your content. Yes, I can do outreach. Yes, I can go and engage with other accounts that aren't already following my clients. But if they then come to your page and see content and they go, this has nothing to do with me, this doesn't apply to me, this isn't for me, they're not going to follow back. They're not going to be interested in conversation. Or if they are interested in conversation, you're going to be straight into the friend zone because they've already discounted you as a lead. The other thing is, if you never post, if you're never on stories, if your last post is like 3-5 months ago, and you go and like someone or follow someone or engage with someone, they're less likely to give you the time of day because your account looks dead. Like, I have people that follow me and my clients that they haven't posted in a year. And I'm like, okay, I can say hello. But unless they immediately come back with, oh my God, I've been thinking about hiring you, it's a little hard to carry on a conversation because there's no new content coming out and there's no way for me to gauge what it is that you're doing. Is this a dead account and you're just engaging from it because you don't want to use your personal one? Are you in the process of rebranding and thinking of coming back but don't know how to start, right? So it's like, if you're not active, if you're not posting, it makes you look instantly less trustworthy than if you have an active account. I'm not saying you need to be on stories, but I'm saying if I see posts haven't gone out in the last year, I'm less likely to give you the time of day and to put my effort into it as an engagement strategist, especially if you're not answering me in the DMs. So those are 3 tangible things that you can immediately start doing: going through and reconnecting with people who were no's or who expressed interest and didn't convert, starting to send welcome messages. Like, I dare you to just go through your last few followers from the last week and send some welcome messages and see what happens. And then make sure that your content aligns with who you want to be speaking to and what it is that you're doing and that you are posting right now. Like all things in marketing, knowing your ideal client and knowing who your offer is best for are probably the biggest parts of social media. It's really hard for an engagement strategist to sell people into your program when you don't know who you're speaking to, because I don't know who to look for then, right? And I think this goes for all service providers. If you want someone to create content for you, if you want someone to repurpose content for you, we need to know what it is that we're talking about. So if you're someone who's stuck, maybe I should create a podcast episode on this. But if this is a block that you see yourself running into, of you're just not quite clear on who your offer is for, on who best fits your offer, if you're trying to speak to everyone, I would really, really encourage you to take the time to get clear on that. Even if it's not going to be your forever person, like, just finding some clarity so that you can start in a direction to figure out if this is even the right direction will go a long way in helping you have more conversations in the DMs. And when it comes to the accounts that I've really struggled to see conversions from, no matter how hard I try, no matter how many people I speak to, a lot of the times it's that their content or they themselves are just not clear on who it's for. But yeah, I'm gonna love you and leave you there. I think that was a nice quick episode for you to see some changes to your engagement strategy, or to start one if you don't have one already. I will link Emma from Right Hand Glam. She has a program called the Engagement Academy where she teaches you how to be an engagement strategist. If you're listening to this and you're like, that's so cool, I want to do that, that would be the best job. I will link that in the show notes. I will also link to my Instagram, my website, if you want to chat with me. I'm always here. My DMs are always open. And that's where I'm going to love you and leave you. I'll see you all next week on another episode of The Unprofessional Entrepreneur. And as always, don't forget to stay unprofessional.